Hey guys, hope you guys are doing really great. It is May 2nd, so it is a little bit wild in real estate right now, and I wanted to give you an update on what the real estate market is doing. There's been a lot of real estate talk in the news here recently. Obviously, interest rates have gone pretty far up, compared to their baseline. As a matter of fact, the interest rate increase is the fastest increase in history. However, historically interest rates still average at about 8%. Okay, so interest rates are hovering around 5.5%, 6% now. Historically, still less than average. However, it is significant, and it has been a significant change for people who are borrowing money and needing a loan. So let's talk about how that's affecting the real estate market. Let's talk about the real estate market in general. I will tell you here locally on the west side of Indianapolis, I have seen a surge in inventory in just the last 2 weeks. Typically speaking, in the last few months, if we looked in our town and we looked at inventory available, there would be maybe 4 to 6 listings at most. I looked this weekend and there were about 25 listings. And so you guys, you understand what that means. You have 4 to choose from 2 or 3 months ago and hundreds of buyers. And now you have 25 to choose from and still those same amount of buyers, or honestly, less amount of buyers now because prices have gone up and interest rates have gone up. So that deters buyers a little bit. You have to think that surge in inventory could actually decrease demand. And we've seen it in our listings. All of our listings now are under contract except for one. But some of them took a little longer than we expected. And also some of them only had a few offers, whereas a few months ago there were tons of offers. And I'm saying all this to you as truth with what's happening, obviously, but some of us are hearing this and we're starting to panic. Sellers are like, we're at the top and it's getting ready to bust. Or the real estate market is turning around and everybody wants to throw panic into the situation. Here's the reality, is that as these conditions, if they continue, this is what we consider a normal real estate market. We have lived in an abnormal real estate market for a few years. Honestly, probably two years have been wildly abnormal, and I would say even 3 or 4 have been abnormal. They've been a seller's market. It's been a seller's market for several years, which is abnormal. Okay, a normal market is a balanced market. Balanced markets don't last very long, but we're heading towards what's more of a normal environment in real estate. And although that might feel abnormal, I'm telling you that it's normal. So don't feel like you have to knee-jerk reaction and do something really drastic if you have a home that you need to sell. Okay? You may not need to do that, but you also might not have as strong as a seller's market as you would have had, a month or 2 ago. But in a normal market, homes still sell. There's a healthy balance of buyers and a healthy balance of sellers. And homes sell so long as they're staged right and marketed right and priced correctly. But they sell in a normal market. So don't think that if you don't go to the market today, that you won't be able to sell your house next month. Okay? I anticipate a more balanced market as rates continue to increase. And also, if you look back historically, everybody's talking about a recession and how we're entering a recession. There's only been one recession in the last 70 years that actually has caused home prices to drop. And oh, by the way, that recession was caused by the housing crisis. Okay, so the recession that we were in was actually caused by the housing crisis. Predatory lending, people lending money they should have never got, all of those things. Okay. If you look back historically, home prices continue to rise or stay stable in a recession. Will we enter a recession soon? Probably. Okay. The Federal Reserve is kind of sending us into one, right? They're making all of us slow down in borrowing money. So that means less money entering the market. Okay. And also unemployment is at its lowest points. Not ever, but it's at a very low point right now. And so when unemployment reaches pretty low, typically it triggers another recession. So be on the lookout for a recession, but don't think that it's going to mean another housing crisis or housing bubble. Okay? We're probably entering a balanced and normal market, which is great. Which also means that if you are a home buyer, or if you're a home seller that also wants to buy, you may not have to compete as hard. If you've been getting beat out a ton, it might be time to think about getting back in the market. And oh, by the way, there's forecasts out there that say that once this recession hits, in maybe 2 to 5 years, rates will go back down again. So yeah, you might lock in a deal right now at 5 or 6%, but if you did a 5-year ARM and you got a lower rate because you did a 5-year ARM, that's a 5-year term on a loan with a lower rate. In 5 years, typically when recessions hit, rates go down. So you'd be able to refinance. So there's just a whole bunch of strategies in this market that we can talk about, and I would love to talk about them some more. Please send me your questions, okay, because I'd love to answer them in detail, but I wanted to give you a snapshot, and I'll give you a conclusion. That snapshot is that the seller's market might be cooling down a little bit, but that market is an abnormal market, so we might be trending more towards a normal market, which is a balanced market where homes do sell and buyers get homes. Okay, rates will continue to rise. However, in the horizon in the next 5 years, they might reset back down to the lows because we are entering a recession potentially based on historical data. And in recessions, except for one recession, housing prices stay stable, if not increase. Okay, there's always wealth to be made in real estate, guys. All right, so if you have questions, hang in there. Shoot me an email, shoot me a comment, whatever, and would love to help you answer those questions. That's your Indianapolis market update. I hope you guys are great. We'll talk soon.